Hello, back at the bus. I have no idea where we left off. I should have just looked at the last video, but I haven't. Had 2 weddings the last 2 weekends, epic weddings too, really good. And now finally I'm back at the bus and the weather is glorious. So let's get straight on it. Okay, so plan. This is the kitchen and this is basically a old diesel heater that I don't want. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that diesel heater out and I'm just going to put whatever size tank I can find to fit in there, and that's just going to be my waste tank. I don't need a big waste tank because I don't think I'm going to ever... everything I'm going to be using is going to be like, you know, no chemicals, all be environmentally friendly, so it can all just be washed out onto, you know, the grass or wherever I am. So I'll have I don't need much for that, just 25 litres, and I can just empty that regularly, and then the propane tank will probably go there. But for the moment I'm just going to rip this diesel heater out and make space and then order the tank. Yeah, so I'm going to get my grinder out there because it's all rusted and horrendous. So yeah, grinding underneath the bus, I love it. Oh, this is really hard. Alright, that took quite a bit of effort, but I got her out. I believe it's a diesel heater. So, there you go. And I'm going to put the water tank in there. So, I'll order that and we'll get around to that later. Oh, here's my camera. I just shunted here from work on a Friday and I thought I didn't have the camera and I was like, damn it, it's going to be a good one. I was like, I'm still just going to crack on anyway. But look. Oh, what's that under there? Interesting. But how can I... Whoa! Yeah, there we go. So this was my solution to not losing too much work surface, because I'm going to have a mad variety of juicers and this, that and the other. And, you know, those little NutriBullets, they take up quite a bit of room, and I haven't actually got a lot of room. So, and if I'd have put this in, I'd have to taken a bigger chunk out the worktop, and I couldn't have put anything around it because of the fire. So that made actually the most sense. So I'll just pull it out when it's when I need it. And then just chuck it back in. There we go, stowed away. Honestly, I've got so much on at the moment, I cannot remember where we left off. So I'm just going to keep on cracking on, let's just do it that way. So basically, big day today again, my water heater finally arrived. And I'll tell you why I ordered this one. Okay, so what we have here, this is the Morco. I think it is Morco F11EL. And to be honest, I started looking into these water heaters, these propane LPG water heaters, and there was so many, and then including there was ones on eBay that looked really appealing. They were like 150 quid and it looks all legit, the description sounds good and everything. But looking more into it, in a confined space like this, you need a room sealed, which basically, because it's got LPG coming in, it mixes gases, I assume, and then you don't want the gases coming out into this really tight sealed box. You've got to make sure everything goes outside. So this is what this is, a sealed unit. It's about 4 times the price of those ones on eBay, but to me it doesn't. And after finding you needed a room sealed one, this is literally the only one that stood out. I couldn't, it wasn't like, oh, should I get this one or the other one? This was the only one, so no brainer. It was recommended, and the parts, they sell parts all over Europe, so let's do this. Oh, here it is. Well, that's what it looks like. Pretty standard. Bit of colour on that wouldn't go amiss, would it? Well, there you go. Simple, really, you know. Just, of course, this is the thing that makes the water hot, and then this is the other thing that helps that thing do its thing. So, yeah, you know, pretty simple. What could go wrong? Alright, that's where it's going. Because the pipes come out the bottom, I had to cut a bit of the bottom floor out, and I'll put a little thing to go in over the top of it, but couldn't get the pipes in as well. So I'll put the bracket on, and now let's see if she fits. Oh. Oh, Jesus. That was sketchy, man. Alright. That's where it's going. Flue at the top. Boop. Straight up. Right. There you go. Flue at the top here. See, the exhaust comes out here. So it's like see that? So the fumes come out here, and then the new like fresh air comes in here. Like ink's just, that's good. All in one tube. That goes there. All my little pipes are at the bottom. Plug it into the inverter. It runs on about, what is it, 40 watts? No, sorry, it's 100 watts. 100 watts it runs on, but that's just for the ignition, so that's not bad. But 100 watts, I'm running half kilowatt here, yo, minimum. So what I could do on this now is I can, I'm waiting for a part for the water inlet to arrive, but I can plumb the water in pretty much and the hot out. And then what I'm going to do with the LPG, I'm going to wait and get the kit sorted for the oven and this. Do what I think is right pretty much, but before fitting any gas or running any gas, I'm going to get a mate of mine, hopefully knows a few LPG engineers. I'm going to get them to come out here and just check everything over, because I'm, you know, gas, I just want to, I don't know, even though I can electrocute myself pretty easily, I don't know, explosions just seems, you know, other people involved maybe, I might take that guy with me. So what I want to ask you guys about, well, not ask you anything, but check with me maybe. So what I got now, I've got my two 24 volt system inside, 4 batteries, 540 amp hours. I've got my battery charger that's charging them currently, and my inverter, sorry, that's also working. Oh, there we go. That's good as well. So that's all. But then this thing, it had an Anderson clip on it, and I cut it off, and I've just connected it up directly. So, and now the little button is showing that it needs to be clipped. So I don't even know if I need to get another one of them and put it back on. So if you guys know anything about that, what an Anderson clip is about, but yeah. So can I leave it, or do I have to go and get that clip again? Whatever. So yeah, that's really good. And I've got the 240 mains plugged in now, so which is great because I've got my mains on there, so they've plugged in obviously outside, so I've got my battery charger working from a socket in here. That's just so cool, I think. And then obviously all my battery chargers, that's all my battery bank down there, still there to figure out. So, where am I at? So exciting start to the day. My grey water tank's arrived. Whoop whoop! There we go, 40 litre grey water tank. The reason I'm in 40 litre is because I'll be using environmentally friendly everything, soaps and cleaners, so everything can just be washed out into the environment, so I don't really need to hold too much. I only need to hold it if I'm in like a car park or someone's driveway, and then I can just drive down the road and dump it, no problem. So it doesn't need to be big, no point to carrying a load of environmentally friendly water when I can just dump it. So the main point in this is that it's going to go in one of these little storage containers the other side, and I measured it fine, but I've said that a million times before, I've measured it fine and it doesn't fit, so let's go see if this fits. Oh, this is going to be super embarrassing if it doesn't fit. Bearing in mind I've got to take these out and things, so it won't go in fully, that's for sure, and I've got to, but let's have a look. Oh! Oh my god, this is why I'm jealous of people who have actual buses, because they come with all these, bus life New Zealand, they come with all these beautiful compartments underneath that they can just slot a couple of tanks, this, that and the other. Not saying it's easier, but then, you know, it's definitely, oh look at that, done. You know, there's, because for the propane tank and the water tank, I'm going to have to weld and hang down these brackets and something, you know, so it's a bit of a nightmare, but it's all good. Or I can do it internally, but it'd be smaller, so. But anyway, that's really good. So basically, I'm going to concentrate on this now. I'm going to sort this, take this box out, sort this area in here, paint it so it's okay from rust, drill out the holes wherever I want him, and then run the pipe through and get that all sorted, basically. So, yeah, exciting. Great water day. Woo! Okay, the paint's all dry, and then to level the bottom out and to stop it from moving, I've made this thing. So that sits nicely and tight in there. I'll level that out and screw that down. And then of course, box comes nicely in here. Sits in between them catches down there. Ratchet strap there, we're in. Alright, so that's in for the moment, and then I've got the waste coming down from the sink there and the shower coming into there, and a little valve which I'll just have underneath there, turn, and water will come out there. So that's all good. So I'm gonna get the worktop ready. Got this Osmo stuff, I'll show you what it is. I'm gonna clear it off first, sand it, and then I'll show you what I'm gonna put on it. Holy moly, it's hot. We're hitting, apparently in some places in England it's been 33, so I am loving this. Okay, so what I did with the bench, I basically filled all the little like knots that were shown and that. I sanded it 80, 120, and then I finished it off with 240. Completely like swept it and hoovered it, so it's completely dust free now. And what I've decided to do is that I'm using this brand called Osmo. Wait for it to, there you go, Osmo. And I'm using top oil, and this is actually basically special stuff that you use on kitchen chopping boards. It's food safe. So normally you just do a chopping board, but I quite like the idea of using this as a chopping board, although I probably will never put a knife to it thinking about it, but it's nice that I can chuck food all over it and it's all gravy. So, and it's really environmentally friendly, Osmo, so I try to use Osmo everything. So yeah, basically I've found an old sock in the car, and I'm just gonna apply it with the sock and 1 to 3 coats and see how it comes up. Oh, I think I forgot to press record. Anyway. Alright, and here is the finished result. There we go. There's a couple bits I need to sand more. You can see the filler sort of around where I've filled, so I can see that from here. So I need to sand that a little bit more tomorrow, but apart from that, and there, and there. But yeah, no, basically it works. Yeah, it's a really nice little worktop. Looks shit with all this behind, but once all that's cladded, it's all lit nicely. Winey edges, quite lovely there. Love it. You can really see the grain in this now. Really tells a story. Look at it. Brilliant. Love it. Also, I've had a radical idea with this thing, because it didn't, as you know, it didn't really come out as I wanted it to, because I used the wrong bloody stuff, basically. I found out I used the wrong stuff. Idiot. Just one of those things. Anyway, I used the wrong stuff, which is why it went wrong. I've ordered this other stuff called the right stuff, which is epoxy, which you put it in, basically, and it just goes completely hard like glass. But I used something else. Don't worry, anyway. So I think now I'm going to knock this out. Oh, it's horrible. It's doing it. Well, I really didn't think I was going to be able to save that. I thought that was the end of that. But ready for round, what was this, round 4 I think. I've leveled the whole bus up, ready to do some epoxying, and then I haven't got a massive bowl to mix it in, so I've had to make like a makeshift bowl. And I've never used this stuff before. It says you've got to be really careful with the ratio, so I'm just going to knock it all up, put 2 and 2 together, pour it in, and hopefully it works. Right, let's go for it. Wow! And I guess all of this. Well, as I said, I've never done this before, I've no idea what I'm doing. Just gonna, but I've made the pouring quite difficult now. If I make it corner, it's better cooler than any. I suppose I'll just tip it. And there we go. Oh my god, it's still going. I saw this on YouTube. Bubbles, blowtorch. Bloody hell, that works. Look at that. That is just crystal clear, that. I am very happy with that so far. Okay, so I have no idea where I am, I've still got 2 videos to make plus this. Who knows what's going on, but I'm going to leave the bus here tonight, let this cure. I'll be back tomorrow to do something else. Peace out.